I am good.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I know, I walked right into the wall.
Thank you for getting my mail, whoever got it.
I think Selena did.
Okay, wonderful.
You're on.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, serving as your presiding judge. If you are in the courtroom, please turn on your cameras so we can know who you are, where you are, and make sure that you are in the right place. We are going to get started with our specialty court docket. I'll start off this morning by asking, are there any preliminary matters that I need to address? I believe we have folks in the waiting room. And so let's see who is in there. Let's get them in because court has started. All right. Mr. Fikens, I see that you are up, so I'm going to start with you. Place your appearance on the record this morning.
Thank you and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Fikens. Did you have any preliminary matters for me?
No, I do not, Judge.
All right. Very good. Mr. Green.
Good morning, Your Honor. Demetrius Green, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, good morning, Mr. Green. Did you have any preliminary matters for me?
No, Your Honor.
I'm coming on.
All right. Let's see. Miss
Miss Wilson.
Yeah.
She's on there.
Got it. All right, very good. All right, Attorney Warfield, your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, everyone. Attorney Jessica Warfield, P85391, Specialty Court Defense Counsel.
All right, good morning. And do you have any preliminary matters for me?
None at this time, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then we are ready to get started. I think Mr. Pope is here. He's from another specialty court docket, but Mr. Ficus, you're familiar with why he is here on this morning. I believe he is your attorney coming this morning, Mr. Pope. Okay, all right. All right, very good. Then we're going to get started. I'll start with who I see on the screen. I see Mr. Joe Neely. Are we ready on Mr. Neely?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was trying to hit the mute button. So Mr. Neely is Miss Taylor's case. She is not in at the moment. So
Okay.
I'll ask that we hold that one for a little bit later until Miss Taylor gets in.
Okay. No problem. What about Miss Thomas?
Miss Thomas is scheduled for a face-to-face today. So she shouldn't be
Miss Thomas,
on.
why are you here today then? Why are you here? Good morning.
I heard, all I remember was the 7th.
And she was on time. You know, she get on when she get ready.
Mhm.
Mr. Green, I just want to know for the record that Miss Thomas was here on time this morning. Because Miss Thomas come when she get ready. She be like, oh, I think I got to check in with Judge Holmes. What time is it? 11-ish? Okay, let me get on.
And of
Miss
course,
Thomas, you face to face today. You gonna talk to Mr. Green today?
Yeah, I definitely am.
All right, you doing all right?
Yes, I am.
All right, you ready for graduation next week, Friday?
Okay, yes.
All right, make sure you are in the place on time and follow Mr. Green's instructions, okay?
Okay.
All right, good to see you, ma'am. Your next court date is June 16th, 2023. We'll put it on at 10:30, but graduation starts promptly at 10:30. Everybody has to be in place before that time, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Go on, get your rest or do whatever you're doing today.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye. That's funny. All right, very good. All right, where y'all folks at?
some of them are for 8:45, so that's probably why.
That's probably why. Carlos Byers was 8:30. Jonathan Pope is 8:30, as well as Dorian Guy is 8:30.
So Mr. Byers is here. He just came up and tested. I don't know if he's gotten back down there yet, but he will be down there.
Yes.
Okay, so he'll be back down there shortly. Mr. Guy, we pushed out to the 14th.
Let's
He's
call
a new
it.
intake.
Let
Okay.
me call it. 210-447-4001 for Dorian Guy. We are going to adjourn his intake for June, what did we say, 14th, right?
Yes,
June
Your Honor.
14th, 2023, and we'll put him on at 8:30 a.m. for intake. All right, very good. And then we have Mr. Porter at 8:35. I believe that he's coming in person. Is that correct?
That's correct. Supposed to be, Judge. Yes,
All right. And then Ms. Hawkins is,
coming over from Wayne County.
she's gonna come over from Wayne County.
Yes.
Who's taking Ms. Hawkins' case? Do you know?
That's Miss Taylor.
Okay, very good. So she's coming from the jail. George Kidd is supposed to come in. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
He's not here yet. And Ms. Thomas Orr is with the county.
Yes.
And we'll have to get her squared away, Mr. Green, once she gets over, okay, or comes on.
We'll do Your
All
Honor.
right. And then everything else is scheduled for 8:45. So as soon as Ms. Taylor joins us, Ms. Mack and Ms. Wilson. There are two people in the waiting room, a Kyla Johnson and a Gina Jackson. Neither appear on my docket. If those names are not familiar to you, if they are familiar to you all, please let Ms. Mack know and send them a message to call the courtroom. Otherwise, they'll have to remain in the
Yes,
waiting room.
yes.
All right, let's have Ms. Price, if you could place your appearance on the record this morning.
Good morning, Judge Holmes. Nicole Price, Clinical Assessor, Specialty Court. Good morning.
All right, thank you, Ms. Price. And then good morning to you, Mr. Quigg.
Good morning, Judge Robert Quick, Committee Health Worker for the Pop-Off Clinic. How y'all doing?
Doing well, sir. Good to see you this morning.
It's good to be seen. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna just take a quick recess. We'll wait for Miss Taylor to come. I don't believe Mr. Neely was having any issues.
I do not recall, Your Honor, so I don't want to say yay or nay.
Okay, well, we'll wait. We'll wait.
Is Mr. Neely on the docket for today?
I don't see him on the docket. Can you look up his next court date? Good morning, Mr. Byers. Mr. Byers, we got some issues this morning. We got some issues. We're not gonna keep doing this. We're not gonna keep meeting like that. We not. I don't. I'm gonna fix it today. Mr. Byers needs to go into a breakout room. Is that correct? Ms. Mack,
That is
are we set
correct.
up for the?
Miss Cleveland is in there with Mr. Pope right now.
Okay, let Ms. Cleveland know today is Wednesday.
Okay,
And so I need them to have that room
okay,
for now.
okay, yep, I'll go do that.
Yeah.
I just looked up Mr. Neely. It said that he's scheduled for the graduation. I don't know,
On June 16th.
yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Neely, we are going to see you on June 16th
Oh, I wasn't sure
at the
about
Coleman,
that. I
at the
wasn't sure.
Coleman and Young Municipal Center, remember?
Oh, okay.
All right, so you in good shape. It's good to see you this morning.
Thank you. It's good to see you too.
I like the haircut. I like the haircut.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so you're doing well, right?
Yes, I am.
And you're not having any issues?
No, I'm not.
All right, and you've already gotten with them about getting you to the graduation on next week, Friday?
My guardian's supposed to take me.
Wonderful. Well, I look forward to seeing you in person, okay?
All right, thank you. I look forward to seeing you too.
All right, take care. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Your Honor, if I may make one recommendation, I do see that Miss Jalen Johnson is on. I know that Miss Taylor isn't here, but in staffing yesterday, there were no issues reported. So are we able
I
to?
don't see Jalen Johnson. I don't have a Jalen Johnson on my screen.
Oh, she's,
You see her?
I do.
Okay, but if she's driving, I can't do her hearing.
I'm pulling over now. I was dropping the kids off at school. My apologies.
Okay. No, it's okay. I just want to keep us all safe.
Oh, I definitely understand. Okay, I'm pulled over. Not
All
moving.
right. Well, Miss Jasmine technically still had 4 minutes before she needed to get on. You had a client that showed up this morning that was not on my docket. So, Mr. Neely,
Okay.
because you know my eyebrows were over here rising. Like, where is Miss? But then I said, that's not like her. So he wasn't on the docket. And now your first client is up at 8:45. She's on at 8:42. So since you're here, Miss Taylor, you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's do it. I have for Jalen Johnson, case number 220-444-5801. Ms. Johnson, state your full name for me, please.
Jaylene Rosanna Johnson.
All right, Ms. Johnson, you hanging in there?
I am.
You
Yes,
certainly look like
I
you
am.
hanging in there. And you hanging in there with such a good attitude. I love it.
Absolutely. I got a week left and the baby is coming.
Yes, ma'am, and I know you're excited about it. But you look great. You still have a good attitude. You're doing the things you're supposed to do, right?
Absolutely.
All right. How do you feel with respect to where you are so far with the programming?
I'm okay. I had a slip up and missed my appointment on Friday, last Friday. I
I heard.
rescheduled it but for June 9th. It took me a couple days to get in touch with my case manager, and I let her know I overslept. I was even late picking up the kids from school. So I was
Uh-oh.
just all discombobulated that day. But other than that, working the program is great. It feels good to be in the position that I'm in and able to work the program the way I'm supposed to.
All right, very good, very good. You are in good shape. It was reported in staffing, no issues, that you just hanging in there ready to deliver. And so I'm excited for you. Listen, I want you to keep in touch with Miss Taylor because we know babies come when they get ready sometimes. And so I want you to keep in touch with Miss Taylor so that we know what's going on, and she will let you know any adjustments that have been made, okay? She'll let you know that in private. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions for the team this morning?
I don't currently.
All right, Miss Taylor.
Yes, Ms. Johnson is in compliance with her court order, and everything that she's court ordered to do. So I have no issues to report at this time.
All right, awesome. Anything from any of the other team members as to Miss Johnson?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I just want to encourage Ms. Johnson, keep going. You are doing great. And you just have this glow about you. So I hope all goes well next week. And again, if you need us for anything, just let us know.
Please.
Will do.
All right, very good. If nothing else, I am still going to place Miss Johnson's court date for June 16th. I'm going to put it on for 8:35 a.m. It is a check-in, just so that we make sure she does not get lost in the shuffle. And so, just keep in touch with Miss Taylor. She'll tell you what that looks like, okay?
No problem.
All right, very good. Hang in there. We're here if you need us, okay?
No problem. I appreciate everything.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan Pope's attorney is in the waiting, trying to get on.
His name is not up there. Right, but what name is he under? I only see two people in the waiting room. Last name Jackson and Johnson.
Gina Jackson is his secretary.
Oh,
And she was
okay.
trying to get on, she says Mr. Wire also trying to.
Got it. Okay. Miss Jackson, if you could turn on your camera, please. Good morning. Are you from Mr. Wyrick's office?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. We will get you squared away, him squared away. Yes, we have security measures, so we don't know where you're from. We can't let you in if your name is not on the docket. Okay?
Gotcha. I appreciate that. Good looking out, Judge.
No problem. Thank you for your patience. So, Mr. Pope is here. Would you call for the prosecutor as well? Mr. Pope's attorney filed an emergency motion. I need the prosecutor to appear as well and let them know the parties are ready.
Okay, will do.
All right, so I'll let you know when we're ready.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And you can turn your camera off until we're ready. Just make sure you can hear us.
Mr. Byers is in the conference room. He needs to go in the breakout room with an attorney. I don't know.
Yes, Miss Warfield should go in the breakout room. Excuse me, with Mr. Byers. All right, court is in recess until we have something ready.
you wanna,
Good morning.
good morning, Attorney Wyrick. We're just waiting on the prosecutor and then we'll be ready to go on your case.
Let's do it.
Fine, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, we are back in session. The prosecutor is with us, is that correct? Yes, all
Yes,
right.
Judge.
Good morning. Let me have you place your appearance on the record.
Shannon Walker, P 53794 on behalf of the people.
All right, thank you, Ms. Walker. We have two matters we need to do. I want to start with the jail first, and then we have Mr. Pope, and I'll do that him second. Mr. Wyrick is also on. Mr. Wyrick filed an emergency. Well, I'll tell you about it when we get to his case.
I
All
was
right,
served,
very
Judge.
good. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Just making sure. I know you're not our Wednesday scheduled prosecutor, so thank you. All right, let's do it. Mr. Green, are you ready on Ms. Thomas Orr?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's do it. I have for Ms. Thomas Orr, case number 110-571-6101 for the people.
Shannon Walker, P 53794 on behalf of the people.
Thank you for defendant.
Attorney Jessica Warfield, P 85391.
And then Mr. Green for specialty court.
Demetrius Green, Specialty Court Case Manager.
Thank you. And then Ms. Orr, if you could unmute and state your name as well.
Janine.
All right, good morning to you, Ms. Orr.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Green, tell us why we are here. Let's make the record, because we've got some issues. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. So it was reported to us that Ms. Thomas Orr was in an inpatient facility, and when she actually left
Give us
out.
some dates.
I'm sorry. So Ms. Thomas Orr was in the inpatient facility on May 18th, 2023. It was reported to us that on May 28th, 2023, that Ms. Thomas Orr left that facility. We were not made aware of this until May 30th, 2023. And I did not receive any information from Ms. Thomas Orr during this time, and a warrant was put out. Ms. Thomas Orr did reach out to me on Thursday while I was away from the office, June 1st, 2023. I did not get that phone call because I was out of the office. She then made contact with me again on Monday, June 5th, 2023, and where I advised her that she was in warrant status because of her leaving the facility.
Did they release her from the facility? Or she just left on her own?
She voluntarily left on her own.
Okay, and you didn't communicate to her that the court had agreed that she could leave the facility, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, so my order was that she was to be in inpatient treatment, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And my order was based on, for inpatient treatment, was based on a clinical assessment, not that this judge was trying to be a clinician at all. She was clinically assessed as needing inpatient treatment, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Who wants to address the court next? Ms. Warfield?
Your Honor, for the court record, I have not had an opportunity to fully speak with my client about this matter. I do know that there was some concerns about the services that she was receiving there, in which she thought that certain things weren't happening. So if the court would allow, I believe my client is the best person to demonstrate or to tell this court why she did leave the facility.
So Ms. Warfield, I can put you in a breakout room and you can talk with your client, because here's the thing. If people know what's best for them, they would never be in my courtroom. If she knew what treatment should look like, she would never have to be at a treatment facility. That's the bottom line. So what I'm not going to do is, short of somebody abusing or mistreating or what have you, which that's information I say over and over, report to your case manager. We don't know what's going on if you don't tell us, and if you say something, we're going to look into it. So leaving the facility on the 28th of May and then walking in here on yesterday, which was June the 6th. I'm not certain what was going on, but in fairness, you need to talk to your client. So what I'll do is, let's put Ms. Thomas Orr and Attorney Warfield in a breakout room, and then we'll recall it when you're ready, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're very welcome. Prosecutor Walker, that means we can go to Mr. Pope at this time. Is Mr. Pope's case manager on?
I don't believe Miss Cleveland is on right now, Judge, but she may be in the courtroom. She was in the courtroom.
Ms. Cleveland?
She's coming, Judge. She was on my cell phone. She said, here she comes.
All right, what, great. All right, no problem. I know this isn't your day. I'm going to call Mr. Pope's matter, case number 200-447-4801 for the people.
Shannon Walker, P 53794 on behalf of the people.
Thank you
Good morning,
for
Your Honor.
ending.
Good morning, Your Honor. May I please assign number court Jermaine Wack P54352 on behalf of Mr. Pope.
Thank you. And then Ms. Cleveland, place your appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for specialty court.
Thank you, Mr. Pope.
Jonathan Pope.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wyrick, it's your motion. I'm going to let you start first and then I'll hear from the other parties.
Thank you, Your Honor. Very specifically, we filed this motion under statute MCL 801.257, an emergency motion to amend the jail sentence that the court had actually ordered Monday. Very specifically, the compelling reason that we asked the court reconsider its position is that Mr. Pope's son, Jonathan Pope Jr., is graduating from Chandler Park Academy High School on Friday, June 9th, 2023. So if Mr. Pope went to jail as the court initially ordered Monday, he would actually miss that monumental moment in their lives, his eldest son's graduation from high school. In addition to that, as a compelling reason as well, most importantly, given the supervision that Mr. Pope is currently under the court, he's taken a strong commitment to sobriety at this point. In addition, as he stated the other day, in terms of committing fully to complying with all the terms and conditions that the court is imposing upon him, he's taken the additional proactive and meaningful measures of enrolling in Pam's place and in Dr. McCoy of Life Centers, who's a psychologist. And he's not just doing that verbally, he's doing that in writing, as we've attached to our motion as well. He has already started participating and actively engaging in the Pam's Place substance abuse classes as documented, including the test that they require him to take, which is attached as well. In addition, we also have a written verification from Dr. Robin McCoy of Life Centers that basically wants, if this court affords him the opportunity to go to that graduation Friday, he will then go directly from the graduation to his first comprehensive evaluation and therapist on with Dr. Robin McCoy on Friday, June the 9th at 1 p.m. I reiterate, in no way is he trying to circumvent or cherry pick or go around this court's orders or conditions. He's just trying to do everything he can within his power, Your Honor, to ensure that he's strongly committed to sobriety and healing from the behavior that brings him to the court's attention. In addition to that, he's a strong asset to the community, to the state of Michigan, a blessing to humanity. He even informed me that part of the reason that he missed one of his screens is that he's been gainfully employed for a long time as a home healthcare worker. And one of the mornings in which he was supposed to test, he was caring for his elderly client who is immobile, who has no legs, and he cannot leave her. And he performs a very humane task of bathing, clothing, cooking, her hygiene, feeding her, etc. In addition to that, he is really contributing to the well-being and vitality of the city of Detroit from the standpoint of property, in that he owns 6 Airbnb properties and a total of 14 properties, and he oversees the renovation of those. He even has one home outside the city of Detroit in Grosse Pointe that's an Airbnb, and most of these properties are 3 bedrooms homes, 1 or 4 bedrooms homes. So he's not renovating shacks. He's really an asset to the community. But based upon these compelling reasons, Your Honor, we would ask that you reconsider your position as your order as of Monday and afford him this once in a lifetime. We reiterate, and we're very grateful that even in asking this isn't the first time that the court has extended grace and mercy to him. In fact, the last time was so that he could be afforded the opportunity to send his very same son to a prom send-off. You can't replace a high school graduation, Your Honor.
Thank you. From the people?
Yes, Judge, I just want to start by addressing council's statement on MCL 801.257 that provides for reduction in jail sentence. That's a reduction for good conduct. And in this case, the reason that the defendant is being sentenced to jail is for the opposite of good conduct. So I would submit to the court that that reduction absolutely does not apply. Further, I want to indicate that while I agree with Mr. Wyrick that graduation is a once in a lifetime opportunity, Mr. Pope knows these things are coming up. He knew his son's prom was coming up. We gave him grace and mercy. He knew graduation was coming up. Now I ask us again to give him grace and mercy. At what point does Mr. Pope extend that same grace and mercy to his own children? Judge, I would submit to the court that all this wonderful things that he's doing are all for himself. He isn't considering anybody else in any single action he takes, whether it's renovating his Airbnbs, whether it's missing his screens for his work. He wants to do this his way, on his time, on his schedule, and then he'll deal with the consequences later, but then ask us to extend grace and mercy when he doesn't do it the right way. I'm concerned that Mr. Pope isn't taking his sobriety as a priority. It's very easy to do this your way. It's very easy to go to a place you want to do. It's very easy to do these online classes that Mr. Wyrick has submitted to us. Mr. Pope needs skin in the game, plain and simple. And every time we give him grace and mercy, he gives us less and less skin to put into this game. However, in saying all that, I don't want to punish his son for his dad's actions. And while I would submit to the court that maybe we let him go to this graduation, we have him report back on Monday to do his full term of jail. We can give him grace and mercy and allow him to go to this graduation, but I do not believe we should reduce his jail term in any way, shape, or form. So that would be my recommendation.
All right, thank you. Ms. Cleveland, did you have anything you want to add before I hear back from Mr. Wyrick?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wyrick, in response, it's your motion.
I would just respectfully agree with the analysis of my statute. Certainly, I will submit based upon what I stated earlier, and I don't want to be repetitive. He's engaged in good conduct. In all candor, he did relapse at the prom send-off, and we want to be very transparent with this court in terms of, having high moral standards and honesty. But that's part of the reason that he wants to treat, in addition to what the court is availing himself of, also having sensitive treatment beyond the court, because he realizes the severity, he realizes the challenges.
But Mr. Wyrick, he's not even doing what the court has asked him to do. So it's like you're signing up to go above and beyond what the court is asking you to do, but you haven't done what the court has asked you to do. So it really doesn't, I'm not impressed about Pam's place or any other place that he has enrolled himself in, because he's supposed to be doing heat, hasn't shown up for that.
Well, he's connected with heat, but the commitment does not appear to be.
Right, exactly. And so the things that I've asked him to do, to me, he doesn't even need to do all this extra stuff because he's not even in line with the few things that the court has ordered him to do. So all this extra stuff is like, if you want to do it, I applaud you. That's wonderful. But you're not doing what I've asked you to do. So it's almost like you're trying to write your own plan for your programming, and that's not going to happen on any day of the week. I promise you, it's not. So here we are. I'm good. I'm going to follow the recommendation. I don't want you to miss your son's graduation, but this is the second time that we have altered a sanction. And remember that sanctions come about because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? So this is the second time that you haven't done what you're supposed to do, and now we're going to make a concession because I don't believe it's fair to harm your children because of your behavior. This is the second time. Now I'm going to tell you something that I used to tell other people, and they said it sounds so horrible, but I believe that once you hear it, it'll hopefully jar your thinking. You have to care about your kids first. Everybody else will care about your kids second. Okay? So you can't walk through these doors and expect the judge to care about your kids first, and then you do what you want to do, but the judge is going to care about your kids first. I care about your kids, but I'm second on that list, sir. You should be first. So the next time you violate, don't come in here with anything about your children. Because if you don't care about your kids first, their graduations, their appointments, their dance classes, and whether or not they're gonna have someone in the house with them, if you don't care about your kids first, it is irrational. It is just nonsensical for you to believe that somebody else should care about your kids more than you. It just doesn't happen in the world, and it's not gonna happen in this courtroom. Today, I'm gonna give you that grace. I'm not reducing your jail sentence. You had those 2 days held in abeyance, and I gave you an additional day because of the egregiousness of your violation during the holiday, not testing at all. You didn't test at all. So I gave you an additional day. You are going to do those 3 days. So, Mr. Wyrick, the same thing that I said to him when he was here earlier this week, on Monday morning, you need to be here before I get here. You need to be sitting in that box at 8:30 a.m. When I walk through that door, the first face I want to see is your face. For every minute that you are late, every hour that you're late, I'm going to add an additional day. Because what you're not going to do is come in here when you get ready and then still think you're going to get just 3 days. Nope, you're going to get some additional days. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what I'm going to do. Mr. Pope, you're a good guy. And I do believe you have a good heart and you do a lot of good for yourself. I need you to look globally. Your family needs you to be on the right track. Your family needs you. You are the head of your family. And I think I said that to Ms. Cleveland. You're such a good person and provider and all of those wonderful things. But come on, sir. Providing requires you to be in the free world. Providing requires you to be sober and in recovery. You can't provide the way that you should be providing if you don't get those things together. And I believe you have the heart to do it. You want to. So come on, get some skin in the game. All right, so I can count on you to be here Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't make me have to come get you.
I didn't just make sure you know.
All right, I'm just saying. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So Mr. Pope, I'm adjourning his case to Monday. That will be June 12th, 2023. And it'll be at 8:30 a.m. in person here at 36th District Court. Anything else for my consideration?
Nothing from the people.
No, Your Honor, thank you. No,
All
Your
right,
Honor, thank
Mr.
you.
Pope. All right, I'll see you Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, okay. All right, we are going to go back to. All right, we are going to, yes, Miss Warfield, we'll make that happen. I'm going to complete Miss Thomas Orr first, okay? I'm recalling case number 110-571-6101. I need the parties to place your appearance on the record again, starting with the people.
Shannon Walker, P 53794 on behalf of the people.
And Jessica Warfield, P 85391 on behalf of the people.
All right, Miss Thomas Orr, state your full name for me.
Janine Thomas Orr.
All right, thank you. All right, Miss Warfield.
Yes, so I did get an opportunity to speak fully with my client, Your Honor. Just a few points I would like to place on the record per my client's request. First, Your Honor, my client was under the impression that since she herself admitted herself into this inpatient facility, that, you know, she could work with and figure out when she could leave and whatnot. I thoroughly discussed that with her, Your Honor, that no, that is not the case, and exactly where she erred. However, she also wanted me to put that on the day that she left, she had a conversation with the director and I believe Miss Joanne at the facility in regards to the specific things that she wanted. They agreed with her that those things were needed for her and began actually to work with her with finding intensive outpatient facilities that actually matched that need. I discussed with Miss Thomas Orr, and she has given me permission to state this on the record, that where she messed up at, Your Honor, is that she did not contact this court and let us know of the concerns. Let us work with the facility in which she was at to maybe add this on to her services. I expressed to her that her court order with this court includes treatment, and regardless of if she goes in on her own or if, judge, we specifically set her up with a spot, she is not to leave all willy-nilly because she feels like it or because she wants something different. She has to stay in constant communication with us and allow us to partner and be the army that we promised her that we will be when it comes to making sure she has all of her resources, Your Honor. Ms. Thomas also wanted me to let you know that she is still fully outpatient with Odyssey. She actually had a meeting yesterday that, she did miss, but she did let everyone know what was going on in regards to moving forward with them still and making sure that she stays in compliance with Odyssey, as well as she has obtained 2 new jobs as well. With all that being said, Your Honor, Ms. Thomas recognizes where she messed up thoroughly. She does. But she also wants this court to know that she wants help and she is seeking help. And the reason why it took her so long to get in contact with Mr. Green is because she thought best, and again, she realized this was wrong, to get all of her ducks in a row in regards to the intensive outpatient treatment that she was working with and things of that nature to let him know and update. Again, she acknowledges that she messed up by doing things on her own and going rogue. But Your Honor, I just wanted to provide context that she still has the mindset of getting help. She's not just out here doing whatever she wants to do. She still has the presence of mind of getting the help that she knows that she needs. So that is all I wanted to put on the record, Your Honor, per my client.
All right, just a couple of things, and I'm gonna have Ms. Walker respond. Ms. Warfield, it was made clear to Ms. Thomas before she went to treatment. As a matter of fact, she was not in compliance with the program prior to that. And Mr. Green, correct me if I'm wrong, it was either she goes to treatment because that's what she was assessed for, or she was going to jail. So she knew that she could not leave treatment without this court's order. In addition, Ms. Thomas is not a clinician, so she does not get to say what she wants her treatment to look like. I don't get to say what I want her treatment to look like. That's why we have the professionals there to assess her and tell her, this is what you need to do. And at that time, the assessment was inpatient treatment. And this court was not notified of any other assessment because she hadn't even been there long enough for them to consider any other type of treatment. We have been back and forth with Ms. Thomas back and forth. She's had to make several trips here. I know that she comes from Flint and we are trying to work with her, but she's not putting forth the effort that needs to be put forth. And so I really thought that getting her into the inpatient treatment, which is what she went and did because it was that or jail, because she wasn't in compliance with my programming. And so I really thought this would be the thing to jumpstart her to get her on track. So the fact that she walked away is, again, another indication to this court that she's just not ready. She's not ready. And so I don't know how to help a person. I'm not punishing her for having an issue, but for walking away, yes, ma'am. So let me hear from the prosecutor.
Yes, Judge, given that, we've had Ms. Thomas back in and out of seeing us for sanctions, for non-compliance, it's clear she needs the help. It's clear she needs to be back inpatient. The whole question boils down to, do we have her buy-in to stay there? That would be an important question for us to answer. Given that, I would request that she remain in the Wayne County Jail until Friday. At that time, she be turned back over to her inpatient treatment provider.
All right, very good. That's your recommendation. Ms. Price, did you have anything that you wanted to recommend? And then Mr. Green as well.
I also recommend, Your Honor, inpatient. I did make some phone calls today, so if she's not able to go back to Odyssey House, we do have some options. So I do also recommend that she would return to inpatient and complete the program.
All right, and so when you are making calls, how quickly can they get her back into inpatient treatment? Because remember, she lives in Flint, and if she can get services wherever, I just want her to have services.
We can call the 1-800 number for Genesee County. I did call them this morning, so we're prepared to get her back in services as soon as possible. Hopefully today, back today.
Okay. All right, and so your recommendation is that if we can get her into services, that she remains at the jail until we can get her into services?
Absolutely.
All right, very good. Mr. Green, what is your recommendation?
Your Honor, I do concur with her returning to inpatient. I am unsure about keeping her in the jail till Friday. I do want to just say that she did inform me that she has a job interview and a job situation set up. She also has matters with Genesee County that she has to deal with as well. I do think she has, I do think she understands that she should have not done that. But I do just want to put out there that she does have things lined up, and with these things going on, I do want her to at least move forward and be able to be in a productive space. So if she has these job opportunities, I do want her to be able to have those, but I do want those verified first. But other than that, I would concur with the inpatient.
Okay, so Mr. Green, here's my question to you. If she's going, the clinical assessment is that she goes back to inpatient treatment. She's not getting ready to work anyways.
Oh, yeah.
She's not getting ready to go to work. If she goes to work now, she's not gonna have that job long, and it will be right back in that history that she's had forever. Working, not working, working, not working. So she, yeah, she's not going to work either way. So I agree I'd rather see her in treatment than in jail. So I agree with your recommendation, treatment over jail. But at this time, as far as a job interview, she's got to get herself together. And we're trying to help her do that, but she's got to follow the court's orders. And right now, the court's orders are going to mirror what the clinical assessment is that she needs inpatient treatment. So Ms. Thomas Orr, let me hear from you. What do you want to tell me?
Well, I don't know if Ms. Price is still on, if she's still on in the courtroom, but when she spoke.
Ms. Price, let's make sure she is, if there's something you want to say. She is, there you go. All right, go ahead, Ms. Thomas Orr.
When she spoke to Ms. Joanne, which was one of my counselors there at the ICI, we had tried to figure out, basically was a court order for me to be there and how long I needed to be there. And Ms. Joanne basically told Ms. Price, I can leave whenever.
We can't hear you.
It was a court order to be there, Ms. Price. Can you hear me? Oh, shoot.
Now I can't.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, but I didn't hear what you said about Ms. Joanne.
Her and Ms. Price we all had a conversation together about how long I was supposed to stay. Because Ms. Joanne explained to her that their program doesn't have a limit on it, unless it's court order for me to. And Ms. Price basically told her that I wasn't court ordered to be there. So whenever I choose to leave out the door, that's when I can leave. And by me having that conversation with the director and Ms. Joanne in the time that I did and the groups that I was going to, that's what I was under the impression of. It wasn't like, oh, I couldn't do the program or anything. I had my kids with me. So I know I could have did the program. That wasn't a problem. It was just that conversation that we had as a group with all of them, that the services that I needed was more of an inpatient type of thing, mental pain, not the substance, even though I did need that too as well. But it was more of a mental thing. So when I did get out there that following Tuesday, me and Miss Joanne, we were talking back and forth, her and Chelsea, trying to get me into a private mental health institution where I can have extensive help, because I only do mental therapy at ICI one time a week.
All right, you're having a breakup, but Ms. Price, did you tell her that it wasn't court ordered? Because I know Mr. Green was clear. It was, you were going to inpatient treatment or jail. And I speak through my orders. I know Mr. Green told you that.
And I have Miss Joanne's number, so I'll call her, because I don't recall telling her that it wasn't court ordered. But if I did, and I'm not saying I did, but Miss Thomas Orr knew that it was court ordered. So I don't understand where the misunderstanding came in, whether it was court ordered or not. Yes, she did walk in on her own accord and find the facility, but we had a conversation and she knew that it was court ordered. And because we set up the date that she would be released and then she would go right to the facility. So we had a conversation about that. They might have said that they could not keep her there, but again, Ms. Orr knew that she was court ordered to be there. There was never a question in that.
And that's who she came in at for me.
So here's where we are. Miss Price, if you could get her, on the 1-800 number, get her set, see if she can go back to Odyssey House for inpatient treatment. Then we'll get, when you can get a date that she can go, she'll be released to go there. Other than that, she's gonna be at that jail. Yes.
Can you have them add my children too as well? Because they have
absolutely.
They have to come back with me because as of right now, I don't even know where they at.
Yeah. The answer is yes. And you know whose fault it is that you don't know where they are. It's yours. And so you need to get in here and work your program. Work your program. You heard my spiel about your children. Care about them. I want to make sure they're safe, but I need you to care first. Do what you're supposed to do. So Ms. Price, let's try to see if we can get her back in there today. That would be great. Since it's early, that gives us a lot of time to work on it. And then we have a relationship with the Wayne County Jail. We'll be able to work through it. If they can get you a bed or get you in today with your kids, then we'll get you released so you can get there and get there today, okay?
Yeah.
Ms. Thomas Orr, how does that sound to you?
Perfect. Yeah, I know they don't have a problem with me coming back, you know. I know that's not
okay. Well, we need to find out. But
I just have to go get my kids because they don't even have a problem with coming to pick me up. I just have to get to my kids for them to come get us all together.
Okay, well, we'll work that out. Ms. Price will work that out. Work with them to work that out. Ms. Thomas Orr, this is what I'm telling you. When you go back to treatment, listen, you are not calling the shots. You're not a clinical assessor. You're not a doctor, and neither am I. And so you're gonna be there until I get the assessment that you're ready to do something different, or that you're clinically assessed to do something different, and then it will become a part of my order, okay? So stop asking questions about when do I get out, how long am I here, how long I gotta stay, why I gotta stay. Just take all of those off the table. We'll let you know when you're leaving, okay? Okay? Ms. Thomas Orr, can you hear me? She might be.
Yeah,
all right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, we have a bad connection, but I can hear you. Okay, were you able to hear what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. So, Ms. Price, Mr. Green, you all may have to connect with Sergeant Coho. I don't know if you want to go in a breakout room and try to start that process, Ms. Price. I don't know how you all want to do it.
I was just speaking with Odyssey House, so she does have to call the 1-800 number. So she can do that, and I can go in a breakout room with her as well.
All right, very good. Let's get that rolling. If we can get her in treatment today, by all means, let's do it. I'd hate to see her sit in jail. I'd rather get her in treatment. She deserved that one day, because you must comply with this court's orders. And so, and that's just my stand on it. If people are gonna start listening to folks at the testing site and folks at this site and folks at that site, when you come here, you're gonna have to deal with me. That's just gonna be my approach from now on. So let's get it done. See if we can get her into treatment today. I'll give the circle back to me, and then once you all circle back to me, I'll give her future court date. Okay, I want to know what's going on today. Right now, her future court date would be, I'll put her on for June 16th, and put her on for the 8:30, but we'll see where we are once you all circle back to me today. Okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. All right, Ms. Orr, Thomas Orr, you're gonna go into a breakout room. Thank you, Ms. Walker. I think, Ms. Walker, we do have one more matter.
Yes,
that's
Judge.
here for sanction. And so we'd like to do that now for Ms. Adams. All right. Ms. Wilson, you can place them in that breakout room.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We ready on Daisha Adams?
I just sent you an email from Mr. Yance. Glad that. Sounds like he needs to keep her on till Friday. Instead of tomorrow.
I thought she said she couldn't come in on Friday. Come on, we ready for you, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's what he just emailed me that, so.
Okay, just keep running for Friday. All right, very good.
Your Honor, if you're referring to Karina Coleman, I don't know if your messages came through, but I sent you a message on that.
I haven't mentioned Ms. Coleman. So I must be missing a message. Or two. All right, let's go to Daisha Adams. I have case number Z8082801. Prosecutor still with us?
Yes, Judge.
Yes. All right, for the people.
Shannon Walker, P 53794 on behalf of the people.
Thank you for defendant.
Attorney Jessica Warfield, PA 5391.
All right, thank you. And then Ms. Adams, state your full name for me. All right, good morning, Ms. Adams.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm tired. I just got off.
Okay, but you know you came uninvited because you can usually have your hearing on Zoom, but because of your testing, that's what brought you in today, okay? You do know that, right?
My testing was negative.
Okay, let me hear from your case manager. Let me just make sure I got the right stuff. Because I could be mixing people up. Come on, Miss Jasmine, tell us why we're here.
Yes, Ms. Adams knows why we're here. Nobody's confused. Ms. Adams is here on today. It was not a urinalysis that was positive. It was a positive reading off of her scram tether that was dated back for May 28th, 2023 at around 11:05 a.m. There was a VAC reading of 0.046. And then it did decrease down to level 0 at 1:21 a.m. on May 29th. So we are here today for the positive scram tether reading.
And it has been
by house
confirmed.
arrest.
Yes, ma'am. And it has been confirmed from house arrest that the reading, because and we took hours. I want to make sure, because I love to spell and miss. This is about to get real good. So people tend to think that when they come in touch, when they have the scram on and they come in contact with substances like alcohol, products from their job, that, oh, that's what gave me a positive read. But here's the wonderful science behind it, is that there's a certain thing that happens with the scram tether reading when it is alcohol, when it is ETG, and it is when it's alcohol. So what happens is the scram tether will register the alcohol. If it's environmental, it doesn't stay in your system long, so it dissipates just like that. So you'll see, let's say at 8:30, if there was a positive test, then you'll see at 8:35, 8:37, it's zeroed out. That's an indication that it's an external, it's something in the atmosphere, some product that maybe the person used. But when the person has consumed alcohol, what happens is you get a reading. And then because of the way that the body processes alcohol, that won't dissipate. It has to go gradually. So you'll start seeing it go down, and it takes time for it to go down. It's not going to just go down in 7 minutes. It's not going to go down in 10 minutes. It's not going to go down in 12 minutes. It's not going to be zeroed out, I should say. It takes time. And so the information we received on your alcohol scram was not that it was environmental, something from your job. It was not that it was anything that you came in contact so that it would just dissipate very quickly. It was that gradual decrease, which is a positive for consumption of alcohol.
I don't know how that's impossible.
I don't know how it happened either.
I sent her some videos of where I was at during that time. I don't know how they even possible.
Miss, I don't know how it's possible, but you're wearing the tether. Nobody else is wearing it. Miss Taylor, what time was the positive read? Did they detect the positive read?
Okay.
It was detected at
No problem.
It says that the initial alcohol was detected by the bracelet at 11:05 a.m. And then they gave the BAC of 0.046. That was at 8:46 p.m. And then it slowly decreased until 1:21 a.m. on May 29th, and that was when it finally reached 0.000.
There you go.
That's not right.
Ma'am, let me say this to you. You're wearing that that scram tether. And so I said Tam. I didn't say with a D. I just want to make sure y'all heard me. All right. So you're wearing that scram tether. Nobody else is wearing it. Nobody else. And even if it picked up something in the environment, again, the read would be different and we wouldn't even be having this conversation. It picked up and it's registering the way it is, which is consistent with alcohol consumption.
I don't even know how that's even possible. 'Cause I didn't
Okay,
even drink
well,
nothing.
you're gonna have to figure it out. All right, who wants to address the court first? Because she's denying and don't know how, and who wants to address the court?
Judge, I can. I had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Rogers, who was in staffing on this matter. Her recommendation is 3 days in the Wayne County Jail. And that reasoning would be the consistency with the consumption of the alcohol, as the court indicated, and also the way that it dissipated through the body, and the decrease in time and amounts is very, very consistent with the consumption of alcohol and it leaving the body. Given her lack of honesty in the reason that this reading showed, the people are requesting 3 days Wayne County Jail.
All right. Ms. Warfield?
Yes, Your Honor. So, of course, I'm going to disagree with the people's recommendation. Just from the history of Ms. Adams has always been very honest and upfront about any type of hiccup that she has had. Since being informed that she has had this positive screen on this scram tether, she has been working vehemently with Ms. Taylor to figure out what could have caused it, including requesting a book of chemicals from her job to be issued to her so that could be evaluated, Your Honor. Just based off of Ms. Adams' habits and her characteristics so far, in being honest with us, my recommendation is to wait to see if we can get this book of chemicals, Your Honor. As Ms. Taylor, I'm not sure if Ms. Taylor put it on the record, but she did state it in staffing. When it comes to the urinalysis, they are coming up negative. So there is something there, Your Honor. But being that different things can cause different results, I'm making a recommendation that we do wait until we can get this book that her job stated that they will give her in order for the confirmation.
Unless Ms. Adams drank the substance from her job, it would show up that it left her system. Unless, Ms. Jasmine, you're gonna tell me that they said something different at the testing facility. Unless she drank it. If it's environmental, it's not going to register the way drinking alcohol consumption registers and the way it leaves the body. It's just not. Ms. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, they'll know that I'll make.
I did verify with
So I'll.
I
We gonna
did
get y'all some different office space.
please. I'm sorry. I did verify with Miss Anderson over at House Arrest. She is the supervisor and court liaison over there.
Okay.
Because one of the reports from Miss Adams was possibly a hairspray that she was using, and which Miss Anderson verified that it would not show up as a consumption. It would have been momentary at best, and then it would have dissipated quickly. I will say, since Miss Adams is putting forth effort to try to get to the bottom of it, I don't think it would be harmful if she is able to get that book of chemicals, just to do our due diligence. If she wants to do that, I can pass that along to House Arrest and they can verify. But I will say that Ms. Adams does have an appointment with a new provider on today. She is one of our clients that did fall into that change of providers. So I do want to remember that. So if she can participate in her appointment, get back into services, I think that would benefit her. I would recommend that she remain on that scram tether. She remains or continues to test as well. But if we could just get her back consistent with her services, I think that would be helpful.
So here's my question, because I just need the provider to answer this. Even if we get the list of chemicals, will they stay in her body? Let's say, let's just put all the chemicals in the world, because they're all external. And we know she didn't drink them because she didn't go to the hospital. So if she came in contact with the chemical, would it still leave the body the way that drinking alcohol does?
And I think that is something that they will be able to verify, because there's so many variables, and even Ms. Adams will have to communicate directly with Ms. Anderson to confirm that, because I don't know exactly what Ms. Adams does at work. I don't know if she's wearing gloves or not. I don't know how.
I work at the company is called Robasco, but I'm in a temp service agent to Kelly Services. But the name of the building is called Robasco.
So what do you do?
They do stuff, they got stuff to do with car parts and glass. They got like different departments. Some of them, they got like chemicals everywhere and glass. They got glass on one side, and then the other side, they be packaging, boxes.
And how long have you been working at this job?
I just started like, a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so she's been there 2 weeks, and we've only had this, and she's been on that scram the whole time, and she's only had one read, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
See what I'm saying? Okay, but in fairness, this is what I'm going to do. She has until Friday to get that chemical list or what have you, because see, it's not making sense. If you were responding positive to chemicals on your job, it would be constant positives. Not making sense to me. So, just not making sense. But I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Friday, you are to report back here, because I do want you to go to your appointment. You're to report back here on Friday. If we don't have this resolved, you haven't told us what's really going on. You're going to the Wayne County Jail for the weekend. You'll be there, and you'll go Friday and you'll come back on Monday. I'm gonna grant the prosecutor's request that you're gonna go to the Wayne County Jail for 3 days. That's where we are. That's where we are, Ms. Adams. So I'm gonna give you all the rope you need. I'm giving it all to you. Get your list together. Ms. Jasmine, you said she's been working with you to get that list. Go ahead, get the list of, you can go pull some off the internet too. Get your list of chemicals, and you're gonna get it to Ms. Jasmine, and I'm gonna see you on Friday morning at 8:35 a.m. That is going to be Friday. What is that? Next week?
June 9th.
I just skipped the whole week. Yeah, yeah, this Friday, the 9th. Yeah, on June 9th, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. in person here at 36th District Court. So I'm telling you, Ms. Adams, look, I know that you have been brutally honest with us in the past. I don't know what's going on. I have told you before, I'm not gonna send you to jail for drinking. That's what you challenge us to do our job when you are falling off or when you're having problems with not picking up. You challenge us, meaning us, the whole team, from the clinicians to the case manager, to the attorneys, to the judge. You challenge us to do our job. And we don't mind that challenge. We don't mind, because that's what we're here for. But what I won't tolerate is being untruthful. That's what will send you to jail. That is what will send you to jail. Drinking has not sent you to jail yet, has it? This is not the first time that you've had a positive, right?
No.
It's not the first time. Did you go to jail the other times?
No.
You did not. Why? Because you were honest with me, right?
Yes.
Why? Because I had an opportunity to reassess you and to really hone in on what is it that you need. And so I have said to you all from the beginning of the program, I am not here to punish you for using. That's not saying I won't ever punish you for using. But when I have people that are honest with me and telling me, Judge, I'm struggling, sometimes we need to have Ms. Price go back to your provider and say, hey, listen, Ms. Adams is really struggling. So I need you to look at what you're doing as far as her treatment, and maybe have you be honest with your provider and say, listen, I'm really struggling. And these are the times, the dates, the things, the people, the places that I'm struggling with. So that then now you challenge us all to become better at our craft. That's what you do when you tell the truth. When you lie, it's so easy for me. All I do is have Ms. Mack print out a form. My officer puts some cuffs on you, take you to the back, and I sign a paper. That's so easy. I'd rather be challenged. I'd rather sit in a room and staff and scratch my head about how do we help Ms. Adams? How do we do that? Come on, team. How do we do this? I'd rather see Ms. Price, work her gift, work her craft, and tell me, Judge, these are some recommendations, therapeutic recommendations that I'm making. I'd rather do that than just sign a jail paper. But if you make me, I will. I got some really nice new ink pens. I'll sign it. I'll see you on Friday, June 8th. June 9th. I wrote down the wrong date. June 9th, yes. At June 9th at 8:35 a.m. here at 36th District Court. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Judge.
Nothing.
All
further.
right, wonderful. All right, thank you. I'll see you then, Ms. Adams. All right. Now, Ms. Adams, usually I don't give people the opportunity to come back with the truth after they done lied to me. But hold up. This is what I'm gonna do for you. Tell the truth. I'm just letting you know, and you hear this, Ms. Warfield. I'm giving you up until your Friday to tell the truth without penalty. Without penalty. I don't usually do that. Did y'all hear that? I'm making a record, a new record. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you all for your patience. All right. Let's do it. Mr. Maddox, what? Does he yeah, I'm not. Okay, Court. I need to clear up a couple of things on my docket. I'm not gonna be able to. We have
Judge, is
Mr.
there anything
Maddox.
else that needs my attention?
Is there anything else for the prosecutor? I know we have Mr. Byers. Do we need the prosecutor for Mr. Byers?
I don't think so, Your Honor, no.
Oh. Mr. Green, do you think we need the prosecutor? Because my thoughts are we do.
I agree.
Okay,
Okay,
I will hang around. I'll just.
Can we have our sidebar really quickly though? It'll be really quick with what I want to relate to you. So that way we can handle Mr. Byers while Ms. Walker is here. It'll be super.
All right, very good. Let's recess real quickly. I'm going to dial in from another device. And then I'll go to the breakout room, okay?
They didn't hear that question.
That's okay.
Attorney Warfield, did you need to speak to me at all? Where'd she go? I lost Attorney Warfield.
She went to breakout room number 3.
Can I be placed in that breakout room as well?
Sure.
Maybe me too.
Okay.
Mr. Green, where are you? We're trying to get you to breakout room number 3.
I just got sent the invite. Here I
And
come.
Okay, do Shannon Walker as well.
Yep, she's in there.
All right, now I can do it. I can switch back.
Yes. Mr. Maddox. Is your hat on for religious purposes? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Mr. Maddox. Unmute for me. Unmute. What were you saying, Mr. Maddox? Your audio isn't working. I can't hear you. All right, ma'am, you're on.
All right, did everybody come back? Seems like I'm still somewhere else. I'm in room
You're still in
3.
there
Yeah,
on your other device.
okay. All right, there we go. All right, we are back in session. I've done the case for Mr. Byers is here. He is in the box. And so we had the prosecutor in the breakout room, defense attorney, Mr. Green, his case manager, myself, as well as Mr. Byers. And so what's going to happen on today is that I have modified my order for the removal of the tethering device. Also, I have modified the scheduling for testing for Mr. Byers. And then he is going to go to his appointment on this Thursday, as well as connect to and actively participate with all of his specialty court services. I am going to see Mr. Byers on June 16, 2023, and that will be for the graduation. Did I miss anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Green, you want him to hold tight for a minute before you come down to speak with him about getting his tether removed, as well as about his attendance at the graduation?
Yes, Your Honor, and we are still waiting for those test results from today. So yeah, so I'll just have him hang tight down there, and then I'll come down.
Great, thank you. Miss Mac, call the lab and let them know we need test results.
Okay.
All right, very good. Let's keep going. And that was for case number 20056599101, which was Carlos Byers. All right, I want to clear up some other things. I see that Mr. Maddox is on this morning. Are the parties ready to proceed as to Mr. Maddox?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Maddox, Mr. Maddox, Mr. Maddox. Let me get his file just real quick. Did someone unmute Mr. Maddox? I have for Mr. Maddox, U583-92120, U557-96020, case number 162570611, case number 172191601. Mr. Maddox, state your full name for me, please.
I'm
We
wondering,
can't
is he
hear
not
you.
connected to audio?
It's not muted, but I can't hear him. Mr. Byers, where you going? To the restroom. Oh, okay.
Is he clear to?
He can, yes. Yeah, he is. Just making sure he's not leaving. Mr. Maddox, have they worked out your sound issues?
It appears that he would have to connect to actual audio. So whomever's helping him, make sure it's connected to the audio.
Or Mr. Green, if you can't, you guys might have to just log off and log back in really quick.
All right. And then I see that Mr. Harris has joined us. Mr. Harris, you were scheduled for 8:45. Who has Mr. Harris's case?
I do, Your Honor, and that's actually my fault. I was supposed to circle back because I wasn't sure if we were just gonna do him on the 16th or not, but he was on today's docket, so that was why he was late.
No problem. While they're trying to work out their issues at Team Jefferson, can we do Mr. Harris?
Yes.
All right, I have for Mark Harris, case number 220-443-5501. Mr. Harris, state your full name for the record, please.
Mark Harris.
All right, how are you this morning, Mr. Harris?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. You're at work today?
Yes, ma'am.
How's work going?
It just started, so we'll see how it goes.
You'll see. All right. Well, think positive. Hopefully it'll happen, right?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping.
All right. Very good. You're working your program, Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
How are things going for you with respect to the program?
Everything is going great. Everything is going good.
Okay. No issues, no problems, no concerns?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, what have you learned so far then?
I learned how to be positive, really. I mean, I learned a lot of coping skills. I really learned a lot, and I met a lot of people too. So
Good people?
yes, ma'am. Positive people.
Good. There you go. You want to have positive thoughts. You've got to camp yourself around some positive thinking people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. Very good. Did you have questions for the team this morning?
No, ma'am.
No questions? All right, Miss Taylor, tell us how Mr. Harris is doing.
He is doing a very good job of consistently working his program. He is consistently on track. I have no issues to report about Mr. Harris at this time.
All right, wonderful. Anything from the team as to Mr. Harris?
Nothing further, just continue the good work, Mr. Harris. I mean, you really hit the ground running with us, so keep it up. No matter what life throws at you while you're continuing this journey, just know you are doing extremely well. So don't let anything knock you off your square.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Harris, I'm going to see you again next week in person on June 16th at our specialty court graduation, okay?
Okay.
All right, you've gotten that information already, right?
Sure do.
And you know it starts at 10:30, so you can't get there at 10:30. You have to be there before 10:30 because we will start promptly at 10:30.
I'll be there at 10.
All right, wonderful. I'll see you in person, sir.
Okay, I'll see you.
Testing,
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
testing,
All right.
I
Did
think it's
Mr.
working.
Maddox work out his issue?
testing. Is it working?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Green.
Morning. Morning,
All
everyone.
right, good morning. I'm gonna place Mr. Maddox case numbers on the record again. U583922120, U557962020, case number 162570611, case number 172191601. Mr. Maddox, state your full name, please.
Anthony Lamar Maddox.
All right, good morning, Mr. Maddox.
Good morning, Miss Holmes. Des Holmes.
All right, Mr. Maddox, you leaving that facility, and wherever you going, you getting a hold to some stuff that you shouldn't get a hold to, and you're testing, and it's not good.
Ma'am, can I speak? Can I say something for a minute, ma'am? Miss Holmes?
You can say something, and then I'm going to say something. Go ahead. What do you want to tell me?
Huh?
I didn't hear you.
I'm just trying to get my
can't
Secretary of State and the Disabilities Office, so I can get my checks back on, so I can complete the program and get out there and get along with my life. I don't want to go back to jail and do the same thing over and over again. I'm trying to stay clean. I know I have a drug problem, addiction, and everything. But I'm staying clean. I'm not going to use anymore. I'm not going to use anymore. I'm just
Okay.
trying
So, Mr. Maddox, Miss Maddox, Mr. Maddox, I understand you want to do all of those things. But guess what? When you leave the facility, that's not what you're doing. You're going to the street. Hold on. You're going to the street and you're getting drugs. And Mr. Maddox, you're saying you want to get on with your life. If you keep going back out to those streets and getting drugs, you're not going to have much life to get on with. So here's where we are. They're going to help you between them and your case manager and Ms. Price. They're going to help you get that ID and all of those things. But listen to me, Mr. Maddox, and listen carefully. You are not to leave the facility for any reason. You are not to leave the facility.
Hey, I got my.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You are not to leave the facility for any reason. Do you hear that?
I have drug class. Treatment, get my shots and stuff and all that stuff. My shots at Teen Wellness.
They're going to take you. Don't we get them transported to get a shot?
Yes, so that's the thing, Mr. Maddox. Your medical needs and your treatment needs will be met by the staff. They will be transporting you to and from appointments. But you are not allowed to leave that facility to go get a pop, to go to the gas station or anything like that. That is not a medical or treatment need.
Ma'am, we have store runs when we sign out for group, when a group we go as a group to go to store runs.
You're not going as a
on
group,
the
though.
store run. Mr. Maddox, you're not going on a store run. That's what I'm saying. You're not going on a store run.
All right, Ms. Holmes. I have a appointment. I'm trying to make my appointment. I got a crossroad. I went to crossroad to get my ID made, and I got the $10 money about to go to the secretary to get my ID made, so I can go to the associate's office with Mr. Ritchie without a van. By scribe from these people when I signed in with the people in the van.
Mr. Green,
to get my
Mr.
disability check
Green,
back. And I had to
Mr. Green, can Mr. Green hear me? Mr. Green, when he is, okay, Mr. Green, when he is conducting business, as long as he is escorted through your service by your people, he's allowed to go. Otherwise, he is not allowed to leave the building. He cannot go on a store run. He cannot go anywhere else other than for his medical appointments, his treatment. And then if he needs to get his ID and things of that nature, I need him to be escorted. He's not to go on his own.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Green, did that? Mr. Maddox, just a second, I'm talking to Mr. Green. Mr. Green, can we make that happen?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Maddox has to
All right.
understand. He has to work on our time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Green. That's a good point. Mr. Maddox, you have to work on their time. It's not gonna happen when you want it to happen, but you have to work on their time. Mr. Maddox, I heard you say you don't want to go back to jail, but the next time that you test positive for any substance, you're gonna go back to jail. Okay?
All right.
All right. I just want us to be clear.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I feel like, ma'am, Miss Holmes, I'm trying to stay clean. It's liquor stores everywhere around here. People come in here doing on tellers and everything.
We lost them.
I don't even say nothing. I can stay in my room. My brother's in trouble. My brother's doing good. My daddy wants me to stay clean. I'm gonna stay clean. I'm doing the job. I don't sell drugs. I don't sell drugs or none of that stuff, man.
Good. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And you know what's beautiful about it? We've never accused you of selling drugs. Never, ever, ever. So here's where we are. Mr. Maddox, here's where we are. You're going to remain in the facility.
Yes.
You're not going anywhere unsupervised without the staff.
Yes.
You're going to work the schedule on their timing. And I appreciate the fact that you realize that you have a drug issue. And so I want you to engage in your sessions, okay? They're trying to help you.
Yes.
Engage in your sessions. Engage in your sessions. Okay? Mr. Maddox, did you hear what I said?
Can I say one more thing, ma'am? Can I say one more thing? How long is it before I can go on the pass, go give me some clothes when I'm check start running, go on the pass with my daddy, go be with my daddy for a while?
I don't know. I'll let you know when, okay? Just wait till you hear from me.
All right, thank you.
All right? All right, very good. Nope, you can't put that, Mr. Maddox, I'm not finished. Take that beanie off your head and sit down in that chair. All right, so your next day, I'm going to see you next week, Friday, June 16th, at our specialty court graduation, okay? I'll see you in person.
Yeah, you're not gonna lock. I'm not gonna show up dirty. I should be clean, but I'm not gonna use or nothing. Don't lock me up, man. I'm not coming in clean and everything. They piss test me over. So I didn't show up dirty over here. They piss test me over there and you locked me in.
Okay, so listen, Mr. Maddox, you're coming to celebrate. We're gonna feed you. We're going to have some live music.
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
going to be able to see everybody in person. So you're in good shape, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Holmes.
All right. So I'll see you next week, Friday. Thank you, Mr. Green.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Mr. Green, reach out to us if you have any issues, bring them down. Bring them to the courthouse, okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, let's keep going. I see Miss Jones. Miss Jones, if you could put the camera where you're in screen, that would be great. Good morning to you. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so sorry to hear about your mishap. Are you taking good care of yourself?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Just know, we did get it. Let me place your case number on the record first. I have 220-446-6101. State your full name for me, Miss Jones.
Jasmine Jones.
All right, Ms. Jones, we had an opportunity to staff your case yesterday. It's my understanding that you have provided some medical documentation as to your limitations. And so what we have decided is that we are going to suspend you from the program at this time. The program doesn't go away. Once you get up and get moving, you will come back and work the program. And so I believe that the restrictions are through July 30th. So we're gonna suspend you and see you again on what's the first Wednesday in August?
August the 2nd, Judge.
All right, so we would see you on August the 2nd. Okay, we want you to spend this time taking care of yourself. All right?
Okay, but also due to my spinal being messed up and I have muscle spasms, I'm just thinking about going with my family so they can help take care of me because I live alone and it's hard to get around and do stuff. So that's something I talked to Mr. Green about as well. Because if I have to go into surgery.
I understand that, but ma'am, you're on probation right now. So let's take one step at a time. And so what our step is now is that we're going to suspend you to see how you're doing August, the first Wednesday in August, okay?
Okay.
And
all right, and so wait 1 second, Mr. Green, if you can make sure for auditing purposes that DCC MIS that you put in there this exception, why I'm not seeing her every 2 weeks, why she's not going to be seen for the rest of the month of June or July. Please make sure that DCC MIS reflects that and that we are suspending her from the program and that her next court date won't be until August. And this time that she's suspended will not count toward her time in the program. Okay, go ahead, right ahead, Attorney Warfield.
Yes, Ms. Jones, I do want you to be aware that Mr. Green did raise your concerns with us. So we know what it is that you're looking to do. This suspension process is so that we can look at all of that and talk to you about what would happen if, the termination did go through, okay? So being that you can't travel or anything right now anyway, that helps set all the ducks up in a row to make sure that you're very conscious about the decisions that you want to make moving forward, okay? But he did raise those concerns with us, so we are aware, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. And so, and the other thing, and I'm just throwing this out, team, I'm gonna reach out to Judge Bryant because she came from Judge Bryant. And so maybe we could think about just reinstating her original charge, assault and battery, and let her go back to Judge Bryant. And so, because Judge Bryant will send her to a medical unit at the jail to do her time on this underlying charge. I'm just putting that out there. So you all can just mull that around. I just want to make sure you know what options are on the table. Okay, Ms. Jones? Ms. Jones, did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, there's an S at the end of that word. Yes. All right, very good. Take care of yourself, Ms. Jones. If you need us, don't reach out just because we're suspending you. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need us, okay?
Okay.
All right, do well. Bye-bye. All right. Let's go. We should be rounding up in a minute. Let's see. I have some folks that's supposed to be here and I haven't seen them yet.
Ms. Hawkins is coming up now.
All right, just so you know, Ms. Hawkins is in the building. Ms. Hawkins is in the building coming in from the Wayne County Jail.
Ms. Taylor should be on her way down.
Of course, Ms. Warfield, of course. And it'll be reinstated. And good luck getting a job with that on your record. In the heightened sensitive, and you might want to explain that to her. We live in a heightened sense of security and safety era.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then also, Judge, the drug lab has sent results over for Mr. Byers to case manager.
All right, very good. Ms. Hawkins is going to reach out to Mr. Griffin and Mr. Morgan as to Ms. Hawkins, because she's going to be coming to this particular court.
Yes.
And Ms. Price, I think Ms. Price, and Ms. Price get something worked out for her. Let's find out from Ms. Price what they got worked out for. That
Okay,
may be a
because
good
she
place to
hasn't
start.
fully done her intake yet, I would just recommend
She
that.
was already, no,
Oh,
she was already
perfect.
in a
Okay.
specialty court. She's just gonna,
Perfect.
this one is more suitable for her.
Got it.
All right. I want to call the rest of these cases though and see where everybody is and put stuff on the record for the individuals that we talked about in staffing. And so I hope you have your notes, Attorney Warfield, because I worked remotely yesterday and quite conveniently, I walked off without my notes. So I'm going to drop down first to 9:30. I have for Ishmael Lopez, case number 220-444-4601. If my memory serves me correctly, Mr. Lopez is still at the Wayne County Jail. There is a petition for, you all were supposed to find out if the competency, I signed the order for competency because his plea has been set aside. And so he is going to do competency as well as there should be an order that went over to the jail on yesterday. That should be, are we still doing that as a personal bond so that he can get that competency? No, we have to keep the cash on it.
So what happened was, we were making sure that the jail and the forensic center received the competency order. Attorney Rogers was able to confirm that the forensic center had not received that order yet, that I know that we did send out last week. I know Your Honor did sign it and it was sent over. So I'm not sure where it is. I do know that we did adjourn Mr. Lopez's manor to next Wednesday, because on top of the whole, petition issue, we have to look at the jurisdictional issue as well to make sure that even if he does go through the process with the hospital, we are able to retain him. So we are still in the works of.
Well, we may not be able to retain him, but I want to make sure we have put him in a position for him to get help, because the hospital is saying they're going to petition for him to be hospitalized.
Correct.
So I want them to go forward with that. I want them to go forward with getting him hospitalized.
Yes, I don't think I think the matter of him getting released to the hospital was just that cash bond matter that was on the order. So I believe that we had to change that to a personal bond so they could take him to the hospital. The issue about the forensic center was if they can do the evaluation at the hospital while he was at the hospital, which I think is secondary at this point. But Ms. Rogers did confirm that the forensic center had not received the order for competency as of yet.
Okay, so Ms. Mack, this is what I need you to do for Ishmael Lopez. We're going to send over to the jail that he is to a personal bond. Okay, and then we are going to put in that order that defendant is to be probated for hospitalization. And then I'll put a return to court for June 14th, 2023, just as a check-in date. And hopefully we'll get progress that he's at the hospital. So I need to get that order over to Sergeant Coho immediately. I think that's a better way to do it, because right now competency is really secondary. I would hate to just see him sit in the jail waiting for a competency exam when their clinician has already said he needs to be hospitalized.
Correct.
He's not going to get better. We'll continue to decompensate.
Correct.
All right.
And that is the conclusion that you came to yesterday, actually. So that is the plan.
Is it okay? See, I don't have my notes, and you know I'm a senior citizen. I have an AARP card. Stop playing. All right.
With that being said, Ms. Cox, I believe that you are able to leave. We're just going to adjourn this matter.
Thank you, Ms. Warfield. Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's keep going. I have for Marcus Reed, U5577562, case number SP 135-84481, case number U563-63420, case number 194711221, and case number 207099991 for Marcus Reed. All right. What did we determine for Marcus Reed on yesterday?
Yes, Your Honor. We have adjourned his matter until Friday to see if we can get him into an inpatient facility.
All right, so he is adjourned to June 9th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. to go to inpatient treatment, and we're trying to get him to go back to team. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Wonderful, thank you. Let's see, we have for Sharkay Walker, U617-64621, Z8072191. For Ms. Walker, it's my understanding that we are going to be giving her a notice of termination. Recommendation for termination.
Correct, that was the recommendation. However, it was discovered that she is getting sentenced on another matter. Now that date I don't have. I believe, and we pushed our date back to after her sentencing so we can get a full scope of what happened there and have a full report for termination.
All right, and so I think, was it June 23rd that she was going
I'm
to be
sorry, Your
sentenced?
Honor. Yes, she is going to be sentenced on June 23rd. So we put a return to court date for July 7th, 2023 at 9 a.m.
I just had a 7 next to it. Didn't put a 1. That's what it was.
All right, got it. July 7th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. will be her next court date. She is in the custody of the Wayne County Jail. And then I have also for Raekwon Watts, 220-441-4001, 220-448-3401, 220-442-8601.
Yes,
All
Shannon.
right.
Yesterday was, I'm sorry.
No, you got, please.
Ms. Taylor.
Go ahead, help me out.
It was reported yesterday, Your Honor, that Mr. Watts was at an inpatient facility, Your Honor. And I believe that we were going to check in with him next week, correct? On the 14th. Is that right, Ms. Taylor?
Yes.
Yes. So we adjourned his matter into next Wednesday, June 14th.
And so have we confirmed that he's still at the inpatient treatment facility?
I have not gotten word that he has absconded, Your Honor, but I do plan to circle after we are done with court.
Was that okay? Very good, because that facility will tell us. All right, so this was just a check-in to make sure he had gotten out of the jail to get into inpatient treatment. And so I'm going to do his return to court date for June 14th, 2023, and I will put him on for 8:35 a.m. Okay. All right. And then I have for Martina Bradford, 220-555-6501. She had a face-to-face. I did not hear any issues being raised. Her next return to court date should be June 16, 2023 for the specialty court graduation. I also I saw Shady Thomas this morning, so she is in great shape. And she was on time. I also saw Miss Williams, I have Miss Williams White, 215-5839-FD, and Miss Williams White also had a face-to-face, no issues reported, and so her next date will be June 16, 2023 at 10:30 a.m., and that will be for our graduation. I need to work backwards now for a few moments. Mr. Porter, case number SP 123-5354, counts 1, 2, and 3. Also, I have 200-587-8901. Where's Mr. Porter?
His whereabouts are unknown at this time, Your Honor.
All right, he was supposed to report in person at 8:35 a.m. Ms. Warfield, what do you want to tell me?
That's based off of the information provided by Case Manager Taylor. We are not aware of Mr. Porter's whereabouts. We have diligently attempted to contact him at all the contact means that we have. So, Your Honor, we do not know where he is.
What name just popped up? Oh, they're trying to buy my courtroom. So please do not let anybody in, because we just had somebody come in, Mike Tyson. We on to y'all today if y'all watching. I want y'all to get a life and get a job, okay? Because we working here at 36th District Court. Thank you very much. All right, so Mr. Quarter is unknown. This is what they did me last time. And so Mr. Quarter is, his whereabouts are unknown. So I am going to issue a warrant. The bond will be set at $1,000 cash as surety as to each matter. Or you can just put it at $4,000 cash or surety and put all the case numbers on that warrant. So Miss Taylor, if you could get that down to Miss Mac, that would be great. And I think I left out one case for him, SP 139-64671 as well.
You said,
Yes,
I'm
Ms.
sorry,
Taylor?
the bond was how much?
Just put it, he has 5 cases, so put it at $5,000 cash or surety.
Okay.
And make sure the ROA indicates that he can't be released until he sees me. All right, very good. Ms. Hawkins is here so that you all know she is here. I believe she's in the conference room with Ms. Price, so she is here. All
And I'm
right,
gonna come
let's
down
go.
and speak with her too, Your Honor.
Wonderful. All right, let's do George Kidd, 190-460-5701. What's going on with Mr. Kidd?
Same thing, Your Honor. He was notified on yesterday that he was to appear in person on this morning at 8:35. So his whereabouts are unknown, but he was made aware that he had to appear.
All right, very good. In response, Attorney Warfield.
Your Honor, if there has not been any contact made with him today, then we do not know his whereabouts at this time as he was made aware of his appearance.
All right, very good. Thank you. I am going to issue a warrant for George Kidd as well. And that bond is going to be set at $1,000 cash or surety. Let's keep going. I have David Lee Fitzgerald, case number 230-557-9001.
That's a jailer, I know that, because Coho talked to me about him. Hold on.
He's a jailer,
Yes, he is,
everybody?
Your Honor. Remember, that is the one we spoke about yesterday. We adjourned him out to June 14th, 2023 at 9 a.m. as he did have a warrant in another case out of state, extradition, and we needed more information on that.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely. So there's a hold on him. He can't leave anyways. And so we wanted to get more information to see what Ohio is going to do. So I am adjourning him to June 14th, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. And so other than Ms. Hawkins, did I miss anybody?
No.
All right, very good. If nothing
Oh,
else.
I'm sorry, Your
then
Honor.
we-
Did you guys, what happened with Dorian guy? Did you guys do that one at the under 8:30?
Adjourned him to June 14th at 8:30.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I scratched him out. I did something. Yes, I see my note now.
Okay,
All
well,
right,
that's everybody.
very good. All right, and then we'll be ready to process Ms. Hawkins. Great job. We'll be in recess, and then we'll have you already done your assessment, Ms. Price, as to Ms. Hawkins?
We had already done it, I just,
All right, very good.
so we just, had some words together, for encouragement, so when she go over the project images today at 1:00, she'll be prepared.
All right, very good. So we don't need to go back on the record for her other than to indicate that where she's going and that it's a part of my order. Is that correct? Do we know who her case manager will be? Is
I
that you,
found
Ms.
out
Taylor?
yesterday at staffing that I'm going to be the
All
case
right.
manager.
But listen, Miss Price has done some great stuff. I think we're all set. So Miss Taylor, I don't know if you just want to come down as a courtesy to meet her.
Yes,
But we
that-
can still put the stuff on the record real quickly. Is that okay?
That's
You want
fine.
to do it when you come down?
No, you can put it on record now, but I do need to make contact with her to do my piece.
Okay.
So
All right, very good. So Miss Price, I'm gonna have you come to the mic, the side mic. I'm ready on Diamond Nicole Hawkins. I have case numbers 190-458-7901, SP 117-27261, case number SP 116-3475, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ms. Hawkins, when you get up to the podium, please state your full name. All right, good morning, Ms. Hawkins. I'm glad to see you in the courtroom. Yes, ma'am, how are you feeling? All right, you ready to do this work?
Yes.
Can I count on you to stay with us and not leave?
Yes.
All right, listen, Ms. Hawkins, there's so much that we want to be able to help you with, and we can. It doesn't happen overnight, but we would like to see you as you go along in the program, that you have a stable environment for you and your children, stable employment or stable benefits for you and your children, and that you have been connected to all of the resources that you need to thrive as a mother and just as a person. How does that sound to you? Okay, but you've got to stick with us. You can't break up with us too soon, okay? Can I count on you to stick with us this time? All right, you're gonna be a part of a different specialty court this time because I believe that it's better suited for your needs, okay? And so how does that sound to you? All right, I have your commitment to work that program. All right, Miss Jasmine, if you look up on the screen, Miss Jasmine is going to be your case manager. She's gonna come down and meet you. Miss Warfield will serve as the attorney for specialty court. And so listen, we all want to help you, okay? All right, and you do want the help.
Yes, I do.
All right, Miss Price, what's the plan?
Ms. Hawkins has been approved to go to Positive Images. They'll be picking her up today at 1 o'clock, and then she'll stay there until the end of July.
So that gives us some time.
Yes.
All right, very good. And then what about the babies?
She said that they'll be dropped off to her, so they're gonna come with her.
They're gonna stay with you, right?
Yes.
All right, and we're gonna make sure that they are okay, what's going on here? I'm about to fall off my seat. All right, and so Miss Price, how old are those babies?
10 and 6.
They are 10 and 6. I would like to get with her with Positive Images to find out what programming they are going to have for the kids this summer, so they're not just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. If they need some help with school, this is the time to do it, where you can interact, with fun time as well. So can we connect that resource for her, for the children?
Yes, we can.
All right, awesome. How does that sound to you?
Sounds good.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions?
Not at the moment.
All right, then I'm going to do a check-in with her on June 14th, 2023. And that will be at 8:35 a.m. Okay, it's gonna be on Zoom. So let's let Positive Images know they will need to get her on to Zoom, okay? I'm glad to have you back. All right, you had a question?
No.
No, you sure?
Yes.
All right, very good. All right, so they'll pick you up today at 1 o'clock. Okay, wonderful. All right, and Miss Jasmine, you'll come down.
Yes.
And then I think that that's it for us, even though Mr. Green is trying to inch his way over here. All right, and so again, we are working on finalizing our graduation things. Listen, ideas, thoughts, yays, nays, please reach out to me, please. We shouldn't just have one person. Just
You're
reach
on
out
live.
to me. Oh, I am on live. See, I knew it was a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was holding my tongue, look.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Let's do it. As you all know, this is specialty court, even though it says 1050, and we have processed the individuals that are here. We know that specialty court is non-ending, so please be on standby. We will reach out to you because anything can happen in here. That's our thing. There's a song that goes with it, but I'll play it for y'all later. All right, very good. See you all later.
Thanks.
All right, nobody's in a break.